Welcome everybody to our Christmas happiness yoga. I'm trying to do postures that we like doing, that make us happy and that are good for us, particularly around this time. So lying down on your mat for your normal rest before we start, just for a minute or two. So lying down with your feet on the mat. Make sure your chin's down, your arms just by your sides, and just closing your eyes, taking your senses inwards to your breath, to how your body feels. And start off with breathing 3 counts in and 3 counts out. So breathing through the nose, breathe in, inhale 3 counts, and exhale 3 counts. So 3 times. Keeping it nice and even and steady, and then increase to 4 times inhaling or 4 times exhaling. For 3 times. I'm going to do a little meditation on gratitude, and ask yourself, where do I feel thankfulness in my body? And this is a question worth repeating to yourself. Just pause a moment. Repeat the question, where do I feel thankfulness in my body? Feel inside your body the feeling of gratitude. Now place your hand on that place. Chances are your hand is on your chest, or on whichever place, but normally that's where it goes. Loving emotions such as thankfulness radiate from the centre of your chest, not your big toe. By focusing your attention on the feeling, you will intensify and experience for yourself this sweet, healing heart energy. Keeping that with you, we're going to get up now, start to bend your knees in, roll onto the side, come up to sitting with your legs crossed, sitting on a block. And stretching the arms up, lengthening, smiling about that happiness that's in your heart. And then opening your heart, bring your arms out to the side, just bending your elbows a little. Just feel the openness in your heart. And then we're going to interlock the fingers behind, pull down with your arms, and immediately the tummy starts working, doesn't it? And lift your chest. So bring the shoulders back and down, bring the hands down towards the mat, lift your chest, just stretch the front of the neck a little bit, but keep the back of the neck long as you can. And just feel, and bring the shoulders back, how that opens your heart. And then bring your hands to your knees again, and you'll feel that you're sitting up straighter. And then we'll do some sun salutation, because we always love that, don't we? If not, just do the cat, but I will be doing a bit more cat in a minute after that. So coming up, coming to the front of your mat, and hands in Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back, knee down, look up, retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Smoothly into cobra, down into dog. Breathe in, energy, big step forward with the right. Then the left, breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands in Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the left foot back, knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, out into dog. Breathe in, step forward left. Breathe out right. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back. Knee down, look up. In into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, out into dog. Breathe in, step forward right. Breathe out left. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, take the left foot back. Knee down, look up, retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, out into dog. Breathe in, step forward left. Breathe out right. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into Namaste. So, feeling nice and warm and a bit stretchy. So, we're going to do dog pose. But we're going to be walking the dog, because that's a nice happy thing to do, if you've got a dog, of course. And we can always do that, whatever happens. So, fingers nice and spread wide, knees under your hips, up the toes under, and then tuck tummy in, up, nice and high. Breathe. How high can you get? On the next out breath, keep your bottom pinned to the ceiling as much as you can, and bring the heels down as much as you can. Move the shoulders away from your ears, the weight back. Hold it there. Then we're going to do a little walk, so bend to the right knee in, and then change. Walk here with the legs. Keep the lower abdomen working. Keep moving the weight back a little bit. And can we walk with the forelegs? So I won't have to tell you which one to lift. It would be obvious, otherwise you'd probably fall over. So are you keeping the hips up? And sort of nice and rhythmically carry on. Breathe. Back to dog pose. Give the dog a little rest. Then again, another little walk. So start off with the legs. And then maybe you can get the arms going as well. So you're doing a little walk. And back to just the legs. Back to just the arms. And into child. So it's the knees apart, arms back, head down, release. And coming up. And for those who've got a cat instead of a dog, we'll do the cat pose. onto all fours. Again. And as you breathe in, just drop the waist down, look up. It's a smiling cat actually. And as you breathe out, suck the tummy in and tuck your tail in. And look at that furry middle. And breathe in and drop the waist a little, shoulders back. Nice and stretchy, looking up. And as you breathe out, suck the tummy in, tail under. Breathe. And on the in-breath, sticking your tail up, looking ahead. On the next exhalation, rounding the back, really lifting the back. Chin in, tail under. Keep breathing. And then once more. Exhaling as you drop that, or bring the shoulders back, look up, lift your tail, and once more exhalation, everything in, back lifted, and coming back to child, but keep your arms forward, forward, forward. Just walk your fingers a little bit more forward, lift onto your fingertips. And can you be a prowling cat? There's something ahead. And you're going to bring your hands in, waiting to pounce. Bring the shoulders back. And then tuck the toes under. And we're going to walk back. And come up. And can you come up to standing from there? Very good. And we're just going to lie down and do a wind releasing posture. Some people might be eating a bit too much over Christmas. This is not to be done straight after eating, of course, at least 2 hours at least. So lying down on your back, you need to put that in. So you're going to bend up your right knee and bring it over a little bit so it presses on the tummy. And then we're going to change, bending up the left knee, holding with the right hand. Bring it across on the exhalation. And then changing, so getting a bit of a rhythm with the breath, breathing in and then breathing out as you bring it in and across. So it's pressing on the tummy there. So getting your own rhythm, opposite hand and knee, holding below the knee, bringing it in towards you and across a little bit. Getting your own rhythm, exhaling as you bring it up. Well, it also gives a nice stretch around the bottom area there, doesn't it? So ending with the left one now. And having a nice stretch out, because if you watch any animal, cat or dog, they really know how to relax, don't they, and stretch out. And I'm looking at my cat sometimes, oh, everything is stretched. But she's not she's sort of stretching in a relaxed way. She's not kind of going like this. She's kind of stretched and then relaxing in that stretch. And see if you can do that. You can bend your elbows a little bit if you like. Bring your shoulders where it's comfortable. You can bring your arms out. And just stretch either side of the body from your midline. Think about that stretching. So you might want to bring your arms out to the side or cactus arms. See how you can get that kind of relaxed stretch. It is really nice. Or perhaps sometimes stretch one side, stretch the other side. And it's it's really lovely to have a stretch. Particularly good to do in the morning. And then place one foot on the mat, the other foot on the mat. And I'm going to bend these in and roll right side to come up. And up now. And we're going to go into Tadasana, your standing posture. And we're going to do a little twist standing, so you could just have your hand on a something sturdy, a wall or a chair or something near you. And standing in a good Tadasana. So shoulders down, the crown of the head up, the feet and legs together. Chest open. Just bring your hands out to face the screen and feel how that opens your chest. And the shoulders start to work at the back and everything. And then if you just let go, so the palms are facing towards you, then you can still feel that openness there. So we're just going to do a little very easy stretch, a twist rather. So we're going to lift the left leg or below the knee and just bring it across. Release again, breathe in, breathe out, just bring it across. So hold it there for a moment. And then don't just drop it, bring it down. Be gentle with yourself. Bring it down slowly. So, then you might need to turn around and bring the other leg up, bring it across, and then down, and bring it across again. Of course you can let go if you feel stable. And down, and come back to Tadasana. And then we can do chair pose. So, good Tadasana, arms up. And remember that stretch we had on the mat? So, same stretch. Stretching your arms well, keeping your shoulders down, keeping your head centered, your legs working, legs and feet together. Breathe in, breathing out, just drop the tailbone, feel the lower abdomen working. See how much you can keep the body and the arms up. Probably at different levels going down. Breathe in and come up. And breathe out and down. Just release a little moment. And this time we're going to bring the arms up slowly as we bend the knees. Okay, so into Tadasana. Breathe in. As you breathe out, legs and feet firmly together. As you bend the knees, float the arms up. Relax shoulders, but strong arms. Float the arms up. Drop the tailbone. Breathe. You're going to come up. Breathe out and down. Then we'll have a little sit down at the wall. So if you haven't got a wall, you can do another chair pose, or if there's a sturdy chair or something. But if you can be against the wall, bring the feet hip width apart. And then the bottom should be lined up with the knees here. Should be a nice right angle here as much as you can. Your back firmly against the wall. Tummy back. Having a nice little sit down. With the backs of your hands on those thighs, you can really feel them working. So having a nice rest, apart from the thighs of course. Everything else, not too bad. Upper body, not too bad. Maybe stretch your arms up, press your tummy back, Shoulders down, maybe out, so your chest is open. Are you still smiling? And down, then push, and come up carefully, have a little wiggle, and just folding forward now. That's always nice and relaxing. Hands on your hips, feet hip width apart, and exhaling down to your Uttanasana. Forward fold, just letting go. Just letting go. Then bring your hands onto your hips. Extend your spine forward as you breathe in and come up. And then I find a posture that makes quite a lot of people smile is the half moon, where you can be dangling in the sky particularly. By a wall or a chair behind you if you can. And we're going to go from Trikonasana to half moon. Okay, so left toes in, right toes out. Stretch the right side, lovely stretch. Turn the palm away, stretch over into your Trikonasana. Back should be against the wall. Arm up, one down. And then we do this little hop. I hope I'm not going to disappear into the plants here. This little hop with the back leg. Then straighten. Now, the wall's quite handy to line this leg, and I've got a shelf here, which is beautiful. So, what I want you to do is try and let this arm dangle. It'll be in the right place because it's been straight down from your shoulders, isn't it? Back against the wall. Arm up. So this is the beam of the moon here. The head, we're trying to keep in line now. And kind of dangling there in the sky. And then to come up, carefully come back to Trikonasana, or almost anywhere, and come up. And then we've got the other side to do. So, feet facing forward again. Turn the right toes in, left toes out. Okay. Into Trikonasana. So stretch this left arm, stretch the whole of the left side. And then stretch over as far as you can. Then bring the arm down, more toward the outside of the leg with the fingers. Then extending the top arm up. So you'll Trikonasana, the head back. But make sure you haven't lifted the chin or you haven't dangled the head over. And then we're going to have a little hop, hop, hop. I've got to come back a bit here. And come up. And then bring this leg back. Let this arm just dangle. Back against the wall. Stretch up. One arm up, one arm down. But this one, you can let dangle straight down. Breathe. Get your head in place as much as you can. That's a nice kind of dangly posture. Quite strong. And then come out of that. Have a little wiggle. We'll just do a quick dog pose with the hands against the wall just to get ourselves even again. You might want to move your mat. Coming up, up. And then just really getting a nice dog pose.
25 minutes.
Up and down. Just once more. Can you come back to Namaste from there gently? And say Namaste. Okay. So maybe we'll have a little stretch on the fingers and try and do a little star shape. So open all the fingers and bring the thumb towards you. Keep the middle fingers together and cross the others. This is a bit of an exercise on coordination. So that's the point of the star, with the middle finger. Thumb in towards you, the little fingers away from you, and the other fingers out to the side. Then press the palm together. And can we bring that star above the shoulders down? Still in Yoga Tadasana. Elbows back. Lower abdomen working. Tail down. Strong legs. How's that star looking, I wonder? You can always send me a photo of it. Alright, and then coming down, putting the fingers back. We're just going to get our feet up just for a couple of minutes. So you can do it against the wall, or you could do it just lying down with a block, either. So, and in a minute, after this, there's something you'll need a small cushion for. So while we're changing position, you could get a little cushion out for when we start to do some other things. So either bottom against the wall and legs up, or you can put, if you find this comfortable, bottom under your lower back here. So, and hands around the block, and make sure you're well on the block. So I always like to have a little bit of a wiggle. Bend the knees, then straighten the legs up. And then have them straight-ish. It doesn't matter if they're a little bit bent, but have the feet over the bottom as much as you can. It shouldn't be too hard then to keep them up, just because they're perfectly balanced. So I leave it to you whether you're doing it this way or at the wall. But there should be ease. It's a restorative posture really. There should be ease in the posture. You can bring your arms out the sides a bit. This it's nice to keep the chest open, isn't it? That's quite nice. Make sure the shoulders are down. You haven't lifted your chin. Just nicely centred. The body centred. Hopefully. If you feel you want to relax more, you can bend the knees in perhaps a little bit more. You can make it a working posture, really strong, or you can make it a more relaxed posture, which I think is quite nice to do. Just getting the balance right, or particularly if you're doing it just on, without the wall. I think it can be still quite nice. So if you're doing a lot of cooking and a lot of walking the dog, or it's really nice to get your legs out for a change. A nice 6 easy breaths. Staying in the posture. at the wall, just sliding the block out. If you're on the floor, put one foot down, other foot down, then slip the block out, and just release a moment, and let go with your feet down. So then if you're by a wall, come away from the wall. We're going to go into Happy Baby, because it makes baby smile, and I think it makes us smile as well. So bend the knees in, hold the shins and press down. Then take the hands under your thighs, keep the knees in, and bring the soles of your feet in line with the ceiling. Trying to keep the bottom down, and then slide the hands on the outsides of the feet and bring your knees towards your armpits. So you're trying to get the upper legs a bit more horizontal and the lower legs vertical. Try to go a bit wider now. Make sure the shoulders are down, head is centered. And bringing those knees in a little bit more, keeping the bottom down, so it's a bit of tummy work. And feel it on the thighs probably. Have a little rock side to side, just very gently, not much of a rock. Just very gently, that's very nice. You can have a peep through and smile. And release the head now. And then bring the legs together, bend the knees in, roll to the right side and come up. And we're going to do a wide leg forward bend. So I'm going to edge back onto the mat here. And then bring the legs. So if your bottom's on the back of the mat, then you should be able to be nice and even. And then you can see if the legs are even because your heels are going to be on the same place, because they might be a bit off the mat if you're not so wide, but you can still see the difference of what's not on the mat. So, and are you on your sitting bones and not the flesh? So move that back. Can you work your lower abdomen, sit up, bring your hands to the back of the mat, a little finger on the back of the mat, the other finger spread out, and the palm up, and lift the chest, lift your back, and straighten the legs. So there's quite a bit of work going on here, isn't there? And you've got to keep the crown of your head lifted. It's quite a little work here on the lower abdomen. Shoulders down, arms and legs are straight, and then from there you could use a block and start to come forward from there, because as you all know, the bend, the fold comes from here, the hip crease, so you could use, so first of all, sitting up with the block, you could walk it forward. You can have it higher if you need it, if you find it difficult to come forward from here, because it's a lot of hip work, isn't it? If the fingers are and the arms are straight here, and you think you can go down more and forward more without rounding the back, you can do it that way. And then start to come forward, and then bring the elbows forward, and just have a little rest with the upper body, and yeah, you might want to do this briefly when you're watching TV or something, if your screen's low. Let's see how that goes. Just keep the legs working on the out breath, nothing happening on the in breath. You might and then stretch the heels, bring the toes up a little bit more. You might find a bit of ease here. Maybe you can get the elbows down if you're not rounding your back, or you can come forward. Maybe you can hold the ankles and start to come in, start to come forward, but be careful of those inner thighs, of course. But and then the head might go down one day, you know, but I've probably still got a bit more work to do on the back. Okay. One leg up, another leg up. Now here's where we need the cushion. So I've got one of these nice little cushions here. So we're going to do Paschimottanasana, another forward fold. Again, bringing the flesh back, lifting the spine, working from here, the tummy and the hips, here, legs straight. And you should be able to put a block here, standing here with your soles on the block. Not too hard, otherwise it falls over. So I'll take that away for a minute, but that's where you should be. So the cushion's going to be on your thighs. And you're going to sort of bring it in here, because what you're trying to do is to bring, we're going to, in a minute, bring the tummy over the cushion. So you don't want one sort of too huge. So you can have a lift here and lift the rib cage and everything here to start with. Then stretch up and then just go a little way forward. And then you might want to adjust that or a little bit more. And then coming forward over the cushion and the sides of the legs, sides of the feet, wherever you can reach, trying to keep those feet up, the legs straight, and then the rest of the body, oh, it's lovely. And some people, if the cushion is a long way, might want to move it and put the head, but you've got to be folding over quite a bit for this, but you could slide it down to the forehead. If you got that far. So just easing down. You will feel it on the backs of the legs, that's what's supposed to work, but the rest of the body, just folding over. Letting go. A little more, you might have to reach a little bit more. Some people can reach right over a bit more, but that's quite a lot of work. Or you can do a nice relaxed one and bring the arms down. Okay, and then carefully walk forward, 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 come up, breathing in, and down, breathing out. Okay, so the last one we're going to do before Shavasana is the rainbow. So we're going to be lying on the right side. This is quite nice for this, although it's a bit. And so one leg on top of the other with the knees bent. The arms are, the arm is straight along from the shoulder, this right one, and then the left hand goes on top of that. And then we're just going to open up like a rainbow. So as you breathe in and breathe out, so moving my chest around and moving this arm back. And imagine that whole rainbow around you. Take a couple of breaths, releasing. And then, so following it round with your head again, following this left arm, and closing up again. And then of course we've got to go the other way, haven't we? So turning round. Turning round. Knees bent. Together. the left arm now straight out from the shoulder, the right hand on the left hand on the right one, on the palm. And then as you breathe in, follow the hand up and out. Keep chin down. You might need to wiggle the shoulders a little bit so that the arms are out. And imagine, just close your eyes, imagine that rainbow above you, those beautiful colours. And then breathing in, start to close up, and breathing out and bring the hand on top again. Just come back to centre, just lying down. And then you can just move the pillow if you need it, and we can stretch out into Shavasana. So starting to get ready for that. And being in your comfortable position. Just focusing on your soft breath. Going through the whole body now. From your hips down to the ends of your toes. Your shoulders down to the ends of your fingers. Also relax, face relax, relax all those facial muscles. Eyelids are gently touching one another. Let the eyes rest back and down, away from the brain, where all the thoughts are, and down towards your heart. And once more, being aware of how your body is letting go, feeling gratitude for your body, gratitude for everything that you have. Being aware of any tension in the body and sending a message there to let go.
Two minutes.
starting to be aware of movement in your body. So starting to move your hands and your feet a little bit. And have a good stretch out before you come up, stretching your legs, your arms, widen your shoulders, perhaps a little sideways movement, and then rolling onto the right side, coming up to sitting in your block with your legs crossed, hands in namaste, lifting the chest, opening your heart. I'm just going to do something very brief. So we need to forget yesterday. It has already forgotten you. Don't sweat tomorrow. You haven't even met. Instead, open your eyes and your heart to a truly precious gift. Open your eyes, and the precious gift is today. So I hope you have. It's going to be a different Christmas. It may be quiet, but we've got our own happiness inside, and namaste.